So anyway, Lummy, that's Brooke Hogan's husband, and he has made contact with Hogan about having a relationship with his grandkids. This is his first grandkids. Brooke had twins, remember?
Yes.
Fraternal twins, a boy and a girl. And beautiful children. And Hogan doesn't want to have anything to do with it. Brooke and Brooke's an interior designer. She owns her own company in Nashville. Very successful interior decorating, designing thing. And by the way, they live in, I'm not going to mention where, but they live in Florida.
What do you think Hogan would be called? Like Peepaw, Grand? Would he have one of those?
Graham, Peepaw, I don't know. Peepaw, Graham's not being so cool right now. And so Brooke went over to Hogan's new beach house on El Dorado and completely spent her and Steve spent all their own money and went to various furniture galleries and things like that and completely did Hogan's house, refurnished it, and did the interior decorating, which would have cost, probably $5,000-$10,000 if you were to charge somebody. Steve and Brooke paid for it all. And all Brooke wanted was, and this was not too long ago, because she wants to, she has the most heat with Linda, because Linda actually physically beat Brooke up as a child. I saw it many times. I saw her get slapped across the face. I got her call. I witnessed Linda call her a fat "see you next Tuesday."
What about a kendo stick? Did Brooke ever get hit by one of those?
I'll tell you one thing. She got hit by high heels. She got clawed because Linda had those whore nails. She got clawed. Ugh. She got slapped across the face. Little pussy-ass Nick never took no heat at all. I think Linda was deep down because you could tell Brooke was going to be pretty. When Brooke, and I beg everybody not to think that this is creepy, but when you see a 12 or 13-year-old girl who's kind of tall and she's pretty, she's going to be cute when she grows up, right? Like Dr. Diaco's daughter, Sophia. She's going to be pretty. I mean, I think she's already like 17, 18. But I think Linda knew Brooke was going to be gorgeous. She knew Brooke had a skill set. Brooke was playing the guitar, the piano. She could write music. She could read music, all by the age of 12 or 13. And I think that Linda beat her and psychologically screwed with her and messed with her because Brooke potentially was going to be everything that Linda wished she could have been. The only thing Linda was a nail. She was a nail. She was working at a nail salon in California.
I thought she created Hogan's whole gimmick.
Yeah,
no, she was working as a nail tech.
That's what the court said.
She was working as a nail tech in California. Hogan saw her at a nightclub, asked for her phone number. She said, "I don't give you my phone number, but I work at like Fancy Nails on Rodeo Drive." Hogan went down there, and that's how they met. But her name was Linda Claridge. Her dad was a grifter. Her mom, Gail, was an interior designer, but just completely, just like a Reba McEntire, redheaded looking,
So you'd read like $20,
and the anger of a ginger too. Ooh. So her mom, was her dad was a piece of shiz, and she latched onto Hogan. Her only skill set was that she was absolutely the epitome of a gold digger. Then Terry moved to Minneapolis, and she did, to her credit, help establish Hogan's gimmick. But she's nothing but a glorified nail tech.
What was the best she ever looked?
I would say like an 07, 08. She was, I mean, we used to call her, sexy thick because, she had that thick ass, but she could do herself up. I mean, she wasn't afraid to wear a thong and let that thick ass eat. Like we'd go to the Bahamas, man, and you'd see that big thick ass like she had almost like a donkey, like a big donkey. And she never worked out with Hogan. Only Brooke worked. But Nick was a lazy piece of shiz. Linda was a gold-digging bitch trying to strategize her next, furniture purchase or her next restaurant purchase on Terry. And Brooke would go down to the gym and work out. And so I think that, all of the abuse that Brooke took physically and more so mentally was because Linda knew she was nothing but a nail tech and gold digger. That's what her skill set was. And here's her daughter, who Terry often said a lot of times, Nick is a Claridge and Brooke is a Bolea. Because that was the two families. Hogan was a Bolea coming from Pete and Ruth, and Linda was a Claridge coming from Gail, and I don't even know the dude's name, some flim flammer. He once scammed Hogan out of like $500,000 to start a machine gun company. For real, Linda's dad, when Hogan first really was making big money, scammed him. It's like, Terry, let's start our own machine gun company here in California. Oh, okay. Linda was, obviously probably behind it. And so anyway, so deep down, Linda, I think, always was jealous of Brooke and was so mean to her. I watched slaps. I watched hits. I watched kicks. I watched her. We'd be eating dinner at a steak joint where they offer you where they offer you bread and stuff, right?
Yeah, in the beginning, yeah.
And Linda, we'd all get our little piece of bread and dip it in the little olive juice gimmick, and maybe Brooke would have another piece of bread, and Linda would go, "You're not having that bread. You're already too fat." Now Brooke was never fat. She was hot as hell. I mean, I'm just saying she was cute. She would say,
"Did you jump in the bread conversation?"
My name was Bennett, and I ain't in it. Can I tell you who I was most scared of?
The olive juice.
Linda. Everybody was scared of Linda. The bitch was a witch.
Hey,
my God, she was mean as a goddamn snake. She was mean. I was scared. Me and Hogan used to lift weights and get high, and our whole agenda for the day, once I got there, I'd do my morning show on 98 Rock Lummy, then I'd go to Hogan's house, and all we would do would get high and lift weights and ride jet skis and try to stay off of Linda's radar. Like, we'd have code words, Blue Jay. Like, if we saw her, we'd have different, Blue Jay, K-Fabe, K5, Blue Jay, because we didn't want her seeing what we were doing.
If there was a role reversal and, say, Hogan offered, Linda to you, do you think you would have ever gone for that?
Back then or now?
Yeah, back then.
Yeah, maybe. But Hogan's a selfish son of a bitch. He could have my wife, but I can't have his. I would have loved to roll up on Sexy Thick and try. But the thing about it is, I don't know if I could have brought it home. Did you see the thermos on Hogan? If that's what she's used to, and then she gets my Indiana 3, my God, she's used to that big thermos, Sexy Thick. You got to have a big penis just to penetrate that ass. I mean, just to there's a lot of thickness.
They didn't have your gimmick though, the cul-de-sac.
Well, whatever.
Yeah,
I'd have to put Linda on all fours and come in there with the finger.
Oh my goodness!
Just to try to get any type of just to get over it all.
Yeah, that's right.
Because I'd probably be in there just going to town thinking that I'm the world champion. She'd be like, "That's all you got,
You're
buddy."
The Brooklyn Brawler.
Putting you over.
I'd be like the goddamn honky tonk man or the Brooklyn Brawler, just a straight jobber.
I got to get numb like Cassie just to hear these details.